Hello, everybody, and welcome to my channel, Edrienia Extrasensory Elevation. It's me, Sandy, once again, recording another video, and I would like to welcome to you my subscribers, and for those of you who have been quietly following and watching my videos, welcome once again. And if this is your first time to the channel and watching this video, I also warm welcoming you all to the channel and my video. And not just that, but also if you are new, know that you have stumbled upon this video with a reason. This video was meant for you, and also this channel is also meant for you. And what's the reason why I say that? It's because if you have been growing in your spiritual awareness, you come to realize that nothing happened in our life without any reason at all. Because God, our Creator, through this universe, there is ways and ways about this universe that we are part of and we belong for the time being while we are living in this body, physical body. There is this grand plan, a big plan with this universe that we are part of, and everything that is happening in our life, there's always a reason behind it. Whether you can say something is good or bad, everything, as they say, is working out for our highest good. Doesn't really matter what goes on in life, whether you like it or not, whether I like it or not. Everything in this life happens for a reason, and it's part of the universe plan for our life. So if this is your first time, if you're new to my channel, I'd like to confirm to you, this is not a coincidence that you all of a sudden you came through this video. This video is meant for you, and my message today that I'll be talking about today in this video is meant for you. And not just that, this channel is also meant for you, and the same to you all who have been following my videos. And if you haven't like and comment and subscribe to the channel, please, I invite you to like the videos, comment on it, and also subscribe to the channel. In that way, you are not only helping the work that I do, but you can also help, in spreading up the message to those who are in desperate need to receive the messages that I keep sending from this video. Anyway, in this video, we are going to talk about suffering. Suffering is a very broad area and topic, and I'm not gonna talk about all the suffering that we are experiencing in life. I'm just gonna talk about a small portion of it in this video, and with the hope, with a strong hope that it will, help you in some way with your journey. Because no matter what we do in life, all of us human beings, we are going through the same experience, the same emotions that we have in each day, whether we are riding like on a roller coaster up and down, but we are experiencing the same emotions. We are happy, another time we are sad, we are angry, we feel love and we feel love to others. All those human emotions, all of us are experiencing it. But today, I'm just going to talk about suffering. Suffering is something that we all been experiencing from our life. Maybe in different categories and in terms of severity, and in terms of how we feel it, can be varied from one person to another. But I know within my own self, and probably all of you who are watching the video, you have experienced suffering. If not many times, but you cannot escape. There are times we are experiencing suffering. And this is what I have learned, and especially with my different spiritual awakenings and different spiritual experiences I have had throughout my whole life. And suffering, most of our suffering that we have, it's all up here. It's all up in our head, in our mind. That is most of our suffering coming from. Suffering is different from our physical pain. I know we understand what I'm saying when I say our pain comes from our physical, especially our physical, whether we are being injured or there is some kind of parts of our body that we are, having ache. But suffering is up here. It's in our mind. And that is what I'm going to talk about in this video. And there are different kinds of suffering we see on a daily basis within our own lives and, across the globe. People are suffering, and it's very obvious to see that everywhere we go. There are many people who are easily angry, even just a small, tiny matter, it can trigger them. And, they'll just, pour out their frustration, their anger, their resentments. And, for example, if you're driving, sometimes, just a small thing that happens on the road and somebody will just, stop the car, open the door, come out, yelling at you, swearing at you, just completely trashing a lot of stuff coming out of their mouth. But it shows that there are a lot of things that, that people are really suffering from, and it's happening on their inside. And they are just, probably the most of the reason why they are doing it, it's more like they are just, they are just pouring out their garbage and their waste on you, whoever that is. And I have experienced it many times in different places I have gone. All of a sudden, somebody, just wanted to cause trouble, just come at you and just swearing and all those things. But like I said, more and more people we are seeing now, they are suffering. And they are showing that through different symptoms, the way they react to the world, the way they present themselves. You can be in a place, in a crowded place, whether you're in a shopping mall and you can just see, just through the facial expression of people, you can just see that they are carrying a lot of pain and suffering for different reasons. And I I have learned to live, just to have more compassion, and understanding when people react to me or respond to me in that way, or they just expressing, anger or hate. I have learned throughout the years to have more compassion and more understanding of the reason why they are acting that way. It's not them. It's not who they really are, but it's something they have carried a lot throughout their lives. They've been, they've been carrying a lot of pain. People have done that wrong, not so good things. They have been hurt many times. Adding all those negative, the baggage that they are carrying with them, and they can really express that and reveal that through their daily lives. But it's just a matter, of their suffering, just carrying it too much with them. So I'm just going to talk about it and ways. And most of the time, our bad experiences throughout the years, have added up to a point. It becomes our habit. It becomes our habit because of those experiences, creating that kind of program. It lives in our mind. And part of our suffering, just carrying, packages from the past, carrying our bad experiences from the past. And ended up why we are reacting, and a lot of people are showing that what they are doing as well. Also, another part of our suffering, or another contributing factor, is the way we think. A lot of times we are just being overthinking a lot. We are creating a lot of thoughts, which is not reality. We are making a lot of assumptions. The way we see events happening in the world and how people, respond to us, and we are making a lot of interpretation in our mind based on our past experiences. But that is not reality. That is not reality. And we adding to those things our emotions. We are adding our emotions to it, and the way we think about those things. And up to a point, we're starting to suffer from it. And adding to that, we are making a lot of forecasting. We are making a lot uh, of assumptions to the future. We are doing that a lot. We can't really focus on what is happening now because we are already calculating and figuring out what's going to happen tomorrow. But that is not reality. That's a lie we are just creating on our heads or in our mind, based on our past experiences, which is not our reality now. That's not reality. What has happened in the past is not our reality now. No, it's not. So bringing our past experiences and our bad experiences, which is not our reality, adding on to that, it's how we starting to making assumptions and forecasting. We are trying to prophesize about the future. So adding those two aspects, creating the lies in our head to the future and creating the lies what has happened in the past, adding to what we are experiencing now. Most of our suffering is because of carrying it. But it's really important that we understand it and we can be able to make those separations. Separate what has happened in the past. It already happened, already dead and gone, the past. Separate what is happening now, what we are feeling now, and then separate and take off what we are, our interpretation and our assumption of the future. The future and the past are not reality. That's not our reality. But they are contributing to most of our suffering. And not just that. A lot of times we are also making a lot of assumptions and misinterpreting the way people talk to us. Somebody, for example, we can see, a TV or seeing a video or just listen to a talk that or somebody has said something, and you just, instead of listening attentively to really understand what they are talking about, you haven't allowed them to finish what they are talking about. You already making your interpretation. And the problem with interpretations is based on our past experiences, what we have learned throughout life, and in other times we are creating a lot of assumption into the future. So sometimes that creates our suffering, and we take things personally a lot. A lot of time we are taking things personally. That message was meant for something else, or the person who said it was being innocent. That person didn't have any agenda or any intention, for message to direct at you. But for some reason, because of our past experiences, we are personalizing the message. And that kind of behavior only added the more suffering that we are carrying each day. That's what I have learned from this year. But it's important that you have time, time of being alone and being yourself, and try to separate those things. Why am I feeling that way? Why all of a sudden somebody said this and all of a sudden I'm jumping, quickly and angry about it? Why? You ask those questions and you separate what has happened in the past. What else can we do about what has happened in our lives in the past? Can we do something about it? No. We can't change that. We can't change what has happened in the past. There's no way. We can't go back there and change what has happened. Good or bad, we cannot. The only thing that we can do is to change what we are doing now. So why do we have to be enslaved to what has happened in the past and what has caused us many troubles in the past? Why we are being a slave to it when we can't do much about it? It has happened, we accept it, we just leave it there and we move on. Just focusing on the here and the now. And not just that, why we have the need to add more troubles into our life, over calculating, over figuring out what's going to happen tomorrow, when we have no control. We can't control what's going to happen tomorrow. Why? We did not create this universe that we are part of. We did not create the body that we are living in. This body we did not create. So why we spend a lot of time overthinking about things we cannot control? I understand it's part of our human nature, but most of the time we are making a lot of assumptions into the future. It's because of our experiences in the past, especially the bad experiences that we had. But having time for yourself to be able to make that separation, separating what has happened in the past from what is now happening in your life at this very moment. At this very moment, I'm now walking. I'm not walking away. This is my reality now. Seni is not walking now. This is my reality. Not something is going to happen within the next 30 minutes or something which has happened yesterday. That's not my reality. My reality is now, and so it's the same for you.